Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, where Bible stories meet life lessons in English learning. Today we're exploring the fascinating chapters of Genesis 39 and 40, focusing on Joseph's trials in Egypt and the mysterious dreams of the cupbearer and the baker. Joseph, sold into slavery by his brothers, is now a servant in Potiphar's house in Egypt. Despite the challenges, Joseph's diligence and faithfulness earn him favor. Genesis 39, 2-4. KJV. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master the Egyptian. And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand. However, Joseph faces a major test when Potiphar's wife tries to seduce him. He resists, but her false accusation lands him in prison. Yet even in prison, Joseph remains faithful, and God is with him. While in prison, Joseph meets Pharaoh's chief cupbearer and chief baker, both of whom have been imprisoned. One night, they each have a dream that leaves them perplexed. Genesis 48, KJV. And they said unto him, We have dreamed a dream, and there is no interpreter of it. And Joseph said unto them, Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me them, I pray you. The cupbearer shares his dream first. Genesis 49-11, KJV. And the chief butler told his dream to Joseph, and said to him, In my dream, behold, a vine was before me, and in the vine were 3 branches. And it was as though it budded, and her blossoms shot forth, and the clusters thereof brought forth ripe grapes. And Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes and pressed them into Pharaoh's cup, and I gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. Joseph interprets the dream, revealing that the 3 branches represent 3 days. Within 3 days, the cupbearer will be restored to his position and once again serve Pharaoh. Genesis 40:12-13, KJV. And Joseph said unto him, This is the interpretation of it. The 3 branches are 3 days, yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thine head and restore thee unto thy place. And thou shalt deliver Pharaoh's cup into his hand, after the former manner when thou wast his butler. Encouraged by the positive interpretation, the baker shares his dream. Genesis 40:16-17. When the chief baker saw that the interpretation was good, he said unto Joseph, I also was in my dream, and behold, I had 3 white baskets on my head. And in the uppermost basket there was of all manner of baked meats for Pharaoh, and the birds did eat them out of the basket upon my head. Unfortunately, the baker's dream has a grim outcome. The 3 baskets also represent 3 days. But instead of restoration, the baker will be executed, and birds will eat his flesh. Genesis 40:18-19. And Joseph answered and said, This is the interpretation thereof. The 3 baskets are 3 days. Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thy head from off thee, and shall hang thee on a tree, and the birds shall eat thy flesh from off thee. True to Joseph's interpretations, both dreams come to pass. The cupbearer is restored to his position, but he forgets about Joseph, who remains in prison, waiting for God's perfect timing. Joseph's unwavering faith in his trust in God's plan, even in prison, prepared him for the great responsibilities ahead. Joseph's story reminds us that God's timing is perfect. Every challenge we face is part of his greater plan for our lives. So what can we learn from Joseph's journey? Trust in God, even when the path is unclear. He is with you in every trial and will guide you to your purpose.
Here are 5 key vocabulary words from today's story to enhance your English skills. 1. Cupbearer, Jujung, an officer of high rank in ancient times, whose duty was to serve wine to the king. Example: The cupbearer's dream foretold his return to serving Pharaoh. 2. Interpret, Jieshu, to explain the meaning of something, especially dreams or symbols. Example: Joseph was known for his ability to interpret dreams. 3. Restore, Huifu, to bring back to a previous condition or position. Example: Pharaoh restored the cupbearer to his former position. 4. Baker, Hongbei Shi, a person who makes bread and other baked goods. Example: The baker's dream had a very different and unfortunate interpretation. 5. Grim, yin sen. Depressing or worrying to consider, having a harsh outlook. Example: the baker's dream had a grim outcome, predicting his execution. Practice these words, and soon you'll master them while enjoying these amazing Bible stories. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye for now, and remember, every challenge is an opportunity for growth. See you in the next video.